video more.
Had to do this video tonight because I couldn't let the evening go by without talking about Caitlyn Clark and playing a little something called golf and having Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hall as her caddies. Now, before we get too into that, I'm going to start with this little clip and then I'll tell you why. And then
it looked like Gainbridge Fieldhouse. Hundreds, maybe thousands of fans arrived at 8:30 in the morning to see Caitlyn Clark play golf. Not basketball, but golf. They were sporting Fever jerseys, holding up signs, and acting as if it were a playoff game. The WNBA season concluded months back, and yet Caitlyn playing in a celebrity golf event is drawing greater attention.
You already know it is the CC takeover. Took over the Annika Pro-Am today. Shut it down. Operation Shut Down. We are talking about thousands of people lined up to watch her play golf. This looked like Gainbridge Fieldhouse.
This sports star, have you ever arrived early in the morning to see an athlete perform an activity completely unrelated to their main sport? Share your thoughts in the comments. It seemed
PGA player, am I embracing this Caitlyn Clark madness, or am I a little upset that the biggest star on the property plays a different sport?
Okay, let's reframe this a little bit. Biggest sports star in professional basketball that wants to play in a PGA Tour Pro-Am. Do you think the PGA Tour guys are upset that they're taking away spotlight from them? No, I think they're excited that the best athlete in the world is engaged in the game of golf. And I think the women think no differently. You've got the best or the most prominent women's sports star.
Have you ever shown up early in the morning to watch an athlete do something that has nothing to do with their actual sport? Let me know in the comments.
The turnout was completely insane. We mean hundreds, possibly over 1,000 people arriving early in the morning just to see her tee off at 8:30 a.m. on a weekday for a game of golf, and over half of them were sporting Indiana Fever jerseys. Just let that sink in for a moment. This was not a WNBA game, not a playoff contest, or a title match. It was a celebrity golf event where Caitlyn played with professional golfers, with teammates Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hall as her caddies. People appeared as if it were the year's most significant sporting event. The size of the crowd is what truly surprised everyone. Golf events don't normally attract huge crowds for their celebrity players, particularly not at 8:30 a.m. But Caitlyn is not your typical celebrity player. She's one who shattered viewing records, sold out stadiums, and got people to care about women's sports. Evidently, that star power also carries over to golf.
It looked like she was going against the New York Liberty out there, and she was about to hit 3 threes in 28 seconds or something like that. That is what the crowd looked like. I'm telling you, I've said it over and over. We have not seen a woman this transcended in sports. She had the golf world lit up like
Sophie Cunningham and Lexie Hull's presence as caddies brought a new dimension to the affair. Seeing Indiana Fever players in team gear caddying for a teammate at a golf event is simply surreal. Both Sophie and Lexie are free agents right now, but the Fever would be unwise to let either of them leave. To find better output than what they offer, you would need to pay close to max salary, and most teams won't do that for role players.
Last up, Caitlyn Clark!
That so many fans appeared in Fever jerseys at a golf tournament demonstrates how committed they are to this team, and to Caitlyn specifically. These are not just casual fans nearby. These are people who got up early, likely drove a considerable distance, and lingered around a golf course just for a glimpse of Caitlyn hitting a few shots. That's true dedication. The tee shot itself was quite difficult. It was not some simple shot on flat ground. If she had messed up, the ball was headed straight for the water. But but she cleared it, which is great because the last thing needed is Caitlyn sending golf balls into a hazard before hundreds of people. The pressure in that moment is real, even for just a game of golf. Some were analyzing how Caitlyn placed the ball, attempting to discern if she's hurt or anxious, which is absurd. People are so desperate for updates on her health that they're scrutinizing how she puts a ball on a tee. That isn't how injury diagnosis works. If she were injured enough to affect how she tees up a golf ball, she likely wouldn't be golfing at all.
And last up, Caitlyn Clark.
There were also inquiries about her hamstring and if she's managing injuries from training. Look, if Caitlyn Clark is injured again during training with the Indiana Fever staff, that will be a huge problem. We've already been through this whole situation about how their training regimen last offseason was a disaster. If it occurs again, people will lose it. The fact the Fever is allowing her to play golf suggests she is healthy. Teams do not let their franchise players engage in activities with injury risk unless they are certain there's no pre-existing issue. So the hamstring inquiries are likely exaggerated, but given the past record with training and injury management, fans are right to be concerned. The crowd's reaction during the event was energetic. People cheered, took pictures, and largely treated it like a major event. For them, it likely was. Caitlyn hadn't played before fans for about 4 months. The season concluded in September, and this is November. For a person who is playing year-round from college to the WNBA, an 8-month offseason is uncommon. And for fans accustomed to watching her consistently, 4 months without seeing her feels like an eternity.
Playing in the tournament.
I'll try not to, thank you. Don't break my driver now. For it.
Right down the middle.
Was it trash talking on the tee?
I mean,
Would you expect anything else?
all right, Sophie Cunningham.
Okay, you need a ball. I would back up, and I'm not kidding. I killed this girl the last time I did this.
It's getting real.
Oh my god, this is so bad. Next up, Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, guys, come on. Let's go. Oh, is that bad? Shit, no, it's not bad. I didn't say that. That's a good looking practice swing right there.
Let's go.
Oh no. You got it, girl. Happy Gilmore.
Look at this.
He's down.
He's faking it. He's
Yeah, they're hamming it up for the camera and for Sophie.
Watch out! Here, let me give you the ball. I am so sorry. We are so lovely. She's like a real professional.
That's what you do.
They actually give the glove, not the ball. They usually have to continue to play with the golf ball, but
he went all the way down.
She doesn't have to keep playing.
tell them to move.
Yeah, give it to him. Give it to him.
Do not feel bad. Okay? Do not feel bad. It was worth it. Let me try.
Such your wife.
Gonna sign a Caitlyn jersey.
She hit a damn fan, man. Hey, leave it to Sophie, bro. Only Sophie Cunningham could pull something like that off. But hey, to be fair, Caitlyn did it last year too. So Sophie, you get a pass. You're good. Caitlyn did it too. And the fan, man, dude said, don't feel bad. It was worth it. That's classic. Leave it to Sophie, man. Leave it to Sophie Cunningham to make something go completely left and some.
The timing of this is interesting since we're in the WNBA offseason, when there's usually little going on. Most players are resting, training, or doing their own thing out of the spotlight. But Caitlyn playing golf turns into a major story as people are desperate for content. The league has been silent, and fans want anything related to their favorite players. The contrast with last year is striking. A year ago, anything with Caitlyn was huge news. If this golf event had happened then, the excitement would have been even greater than now. The crowd would have been bigger, the media coverage more intense, and social media would have blown up even more. That the buzz has died down a bit shows how momentum can wane when nothing happens for months. This is a real problem for the WNBA. They had unprecedented attention last season, mostly due to Caitlyn. Viewership, attendance, and merchandise sales were all through the roof, but now in the off-season, there has been almost nothing to sustain that momentum. No major stories, no big announcements, no content to hold casual fans' interest. And those casual fans are the ones who will most likely drift away when there's nothing to capture their attention. A potential lockout makes this situation even more dire. If a work stoppage occurs and the season is delayed or canceled, Caitlyn might go years without playing competitive basketball. From September 2024 to possibly March 2027 is a very long time. Her brand would suffer. Note, people claiming her brand will be fine either way are not being realistic. Athletes must play to stay relevant. You cannot just vanish for 3 years and assume everything will be the same upon your return. Some believe Caitlyn's star power is strong enough to weather a long absence, but that isn't how sports operate. Fans move on, new stars rise, and attention shifts. If Caitlyn isn't on the court, people will find other athletes to follow. That is simply the nature of sports fandom. She'd retain a core fan base, but the mainstream casual audience from last season would probably move on. This is why the WNBA must resolve its labor situation fast. A lockout would be catastrophic for the league, especially now with their newfound momentum. They cannot afford to squander this chance by shutting down for a long period. The players need fair compensation, but both sides must find a resolution without wrecking the progress they've made. The presence of Scott Agnes, who reports on the Pacers and Fever, covering the golf event, demonstrates how seriously local media treats all Caitlyn-related news. This is not a basketball game, yet it's still newsworthy because people care. That is the interest level she generates. Few athletes can turn a celebrity golf tournament into a legitimate news item, but Caitlyn can. The crowd's presence at 8:30 a.m. is particularly remarkable. That is early, especially for a leisure event. These are not die-hard golf fans who'd be there early regardless. These are basketball fans who came just to see Caitlyn. They likely don't care about the rest of the event. They are there for her, and they're willing to rise early and stand around a golf course to see her for just a few minutes. This also highlights the difference between Caitlyn's appeal and that of most other WNBA players. With no disrespect to others, very few players in the league could attract this sort of crowd for a non-basketball event. Maybe a few of the top stars could get a respectable turnout, but hundreds to thousands of people appearing, that's exclusive to Caitlyn now. The LPGA likely loved this as well. Last year, they posted about record engagement anytime Caitlyn was mentioned regarding golf. They know that associating with her brings eyeballs. The WNBA should learn from this and determine how to maximize her star power, but instead they seem unsure how to manage it. There's been this odd tension where the WNBA can't seem to decide whether to embrace Caitlyn as the league's face, or attempt to spread the attention among other players and teams. The outcome is that they do neither effectively. They aren't fully capitalizing on Caitlyn's popularity, nor are they successfully elevating other stars to her level. It is a missed opportunity. The paradox is that the WNBA is back where it was before Caitlyn's last college season. The primary league conversation is about players complaining about salary and others pointing out the league loses money. That was the cycle before Caitlyn brought new attention. Now that the season is over and she's not playing, we've returned to that same old argument. This is precisely why the league must maintain momentum in the off-season. They should be making content, promoting players, creating storylines for the next season, doing anything to keep people invested. Instead, it has been mainly silent, and the discussion has returned to the same old debates that were there before Caitlyn changed everything. The fans at the golf tournament are the ones who remained engaged despite the content void. They are the diehards who will be there no matter what, but the WNBA cannot depend solely on diehards. They need casual fans, and those people need a reason to stay interested. A golf tournament with Caitlyn is something, but it is not enough to sustain momentum over months. What happens when the next season begins will be vital. If Caitlyn returns healthy and resumes where she left off, the attention will likely return. But if there are injury issues, or the season is delayed by labor disputes, or if the on-court product doesn't meet expectations, that casual audience may not return. And rebuilding that audience is far harder than keeping it. The teammates' presence also made for some fun content. Sophie and Lexie in their caddy roles, all three Fever players together in a casual setting. It is the kind of behind-the-scenes look that fans adore. It humanizes the players and presents them as people, not just athletes. The WNBA should produce more of this kind of content all year. The whole event served as a reminder that Caitlyn's appeal extends beyond just basketball. People are interested in her activities, period. Whether she's playing golf, doing endorsements, or posting on social media, she's at that celebrity level where her actions matter to people outside of her primary sport. That is rare and precious, but it is also delicate. Celebrity status needs constant upkeep. You must remain visible, stay relevant, and keep giving people a reason to care. A long absence makes that much harder. The golf tournament was helpful, but it's no replacement for actually playing basketball at the highest level. So thousands of fans came out at 8:30 in the morning to watch Caitlyn Clark play golf. Showing her star power goes far beyond the court. The WNBA needs to pay attention to this and find a way to maintain momentum in the offseason. If you want more coverage of how athletes build and maintain their brands, hit that like button and subscribe.